What's going on, everybody on YouTube? This is Rone coming at you with another video. So I took a little bit of a hiatus from the last videos that I made. This one I was going to try to get to you as soon as possible. Figured I would do something fun. So with Duelist Club being the newest thing right now in Master Duel, I thought I would give you my impressions and just, the deck list I'm running and see if I can actually climb all the way to max rank. So, without further ado, let me show you my deck list. I'm sure you guys already know what it's going to be. So I ended up running my stun deck. I know, see, you guys. I know how much you guys love seeing this every single time, but it works. So I ran my normal stun deck. The only difference with the other, or how it differs from my other deck, I modified it a little bit. Is I ended up getting rid of one of my towers, the barrier statue with Inspector Border. My reasoning for doing so. Um, so with Barrier Statue, it's a very selective card. Like if they end up having water monsters, like I know some people are playing Telements now, or even Kashtira Ogre, that garbage card. There's certain cards that are water types that can get around this card. So Inspector Border, Inspector Border don't care. I mean, he's just whatever it is. You're not activating any effects. So I ended up electing to get rid of one of my Barrier Statues for Inspector Border because it's a very oppressive card. And I still kept everything literally the same amount of monsters, Jogan, Barrier, Fossil Dyna, literally everything else the same. I'm just gonna quickly sift through these for you guys to those who may not have seen my other videos. I mean, my other videos go in much more detail with the cards, their interactions, and what they do. And yeah, I mean, this is literally the only modification, but I tell you, it really has helped me a lot because Inspector Border is a 2000 attack monster, doesn't allow for you to activate any effects, especially if you go turn one. They don't have any like different types of monsters on the board, so they're essentially locked out of any monster out or activated monster effects, which is a very oppressive card. So all right, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through all the different replays that I have set up in this game. I'm gonna skip over the losses because I'll be honest, like I rage, like I really do. Like it just gets frustrating because like most of the games that I have played where I lost, I would lose like by poor draws, or maybe you make one mistake. Sometimes at this level, one mistake is all it takes to lose, and you end up choosing the wrong card or the wrong interaction, and sometimes it really just takes one. Like example, one time like I had a lightning storm and I tried to knock out an entire back row. The guy ended up flicking all of his cards, and then he got all these crazy special summons, and I just had an unbreakable. Like there was nothing I could do with that board. Whereas if I probably would have went with attacking the front row, then I probably would have been able to destroy his monster negates, and then I would have been able to use Jogan's effect to wipe out all the special summon monsters. So it really just, or better yet, I'd have Jogan on the field, and then he can't excuse me, he can't use the flip cards because they require special summoning. So Jogan would have prevented all the back row cards from being used. So yeah, so without further ado, let's kick out the first game. This one was a little bit of a comedy of errors, but luckily I was able to kind of recover from my mistakes. So this game, I ended up getting like kind of a trash going second hand. This is actually a much better going first hand, but luckily he opens up into absolutely nothing, and I'm able to make things happen. So like he literally goes into Ecclesia. Now, stupid me, what I could have easily have done is probably went. So instead of going Nadir here like a moron, probably should have just went Jogan to prevent him from special summoning, and then went Nadir, but I didn't. So I ended up activating Entis' effect to try to destroy. He ended up, dodging and then just grabbing another card altogether. Luckily, Jogan, see, this is where it was fortuitous. Like, I threw Jogan down, used Jogan's effect, and then it ended up, it picks a card at random, literally picked the other Jogan, which I don't really care about, destroyed that card. Now I'm sitting pretty. Like, I'm sitting amazing right now. So now, next turn happens. So now this is funny because he tries to go here and attack me. He's probably thinking, oh, well, I just go Fallen of Albaz and I just attack. Luckily, I had Dogmatic of Punishment, destroyed his ass. I use the effect of Bucephalus to get Garura, and then just get another card on the field, or I should say in my hand. So now I get Inspector Border. So now I elected to go. So I had the choice of either Fossil Diner or Dogmatica. I picked Dogmatica so I can get the Punishment Trap card, and I can get like a pretty decent attacking monster, 1500 attack. I mean, it was a gamble because I mean, if all it takes is for him to top deck one Imperm, and then now my life is over. But luckily he didn't get an Imperm, and then he just had to end phase here. So now I'm in the driver's seat because now I'm gonna probably get like a second Fossil Diner up. So now I just kind of use this card to see if I can like draw something that would like help me a little bit more. So I like to go Necro Valley because I know Necro Valley should cripple a deck like Desbia or Branded. So I attack here. And it does have damage because I ended up using the Pot of Prosperity, just so you guys are aware. That does happen. So now he still keeps trying to draw, not getting any draws he wants. I get Time Tearing. Now I use this opportunity to get Fossil Diner, and then I set Inspector Border, because once Inspector Border comes up, then he really can't do anything. Because I would have locked his special summoning, and I would have locked his ability to activate any monster effects. Which ends up happening. I mean, well, granted the game's over, but still. I still set up like it's not over. I, throw my Mirror Shield on Jogan so he can't get attacked. Safe Zone, I was about to flip that on Jogan also, but I didn't need to do any of that. So that was a quick first win. Pretty easy. Well, I can't call it quick because it's like 10 turns, but you get the point. You get the idea. I mean, at least I mean, the first 2 or 3 turns were a little dicey where it could have went bad, but then as time went on, I was able to get more cards, more protection, and more, responses. So it wasn't as bad. This one, I mean, I get Time Tearing, I get Inspector Border, and I get Solemn. But what blew my mind, and probably stupid him, is that he used Imperm on my turn for what? I was like, what's he doing here? Didn't do anything. So now he goes Trap, Trip, Garden, and then he just quits the game. I mean, he probably was like, fuck, I Impermed at the wrong time, and then just called it there. Next turn. So I go first. I get Necro Valley, Fossil Dyna, and Safe Zone. So I mean, the thing with Safe Zone, I'm just gonna explain really quick. So Safe Zone is an amazing card. Like it really doesn't allow. It protects you from Imperm. It protects you from all kinds of cards that not only destroy your monster, but also alters and targets your monster. So the one problem that you face when you use Safe Zone and you go into the next turn is that if you use Safe Zone, or so like for example, if they hit you with a Imperm first turn immediately, it already targeted your monster, so activating Safe Zone does absolutely nothing. I mean, I guess it can protect you from getting destroyed. The other thing is that if they use an effect, use Safe Zone, and then they Imperm on top of that, that also will screw you. So you really have to make sure that you're able to get Safe Zone through before like they target or do anything. Otherwise, they're just going to use it, and you try to Safe Zone, and they already targeted you, or you use Safe Zone, and then they just Imperm on top of it, and then you're still screwed. So just bear those things in mind. It's really how quickly you can get Safe Zone to go through, the resolution phase, or, like the chains. But in this case, it didn't matter, because he just set face down, and I held on to Safe Zone a little longer, just because I figured I could maybe get another monster on the field, and now I have 2 of them. But now he has this bullshit 2000 defense monster that really kind of set me up, because there's really not much I can do here. So I'm just kind of waiting it out. I get every card I don't need. Hence why I was getting upset. Even in my losses, I'm like, bro, like even my wins, I'm like, okay, I get one good card, two good cards, I get a copy, a copy, a copy. I'm like, what are we doing? So then I just use safe zone just to be safe because I don't know if he has like, you know, a Raigeki or something that could destroy all monsters. I get time tearing finally. So when time tearing starts working, then at least that's safe. Or I'm saying like safe zone will work, and then time tearing. At least I can start. Yeah, see, I can start drawing. So I finally get Moon Mirror Shield. I can finally attack out, and then he just decides to quit. Once I got that Moon Mirror, that was the end of the game. So heading to the next game. So yeah, now into this one. Going second. I mean, I kind of love these sometimes because at least I could show you guys like how I can finagle going second. Because going first, you're almost assured to win. Going second is a little trickier. So now, Jogan is perfect for this because IP Masquerena requires, you know, special summoning. So or actually no, you know what? Wow, that was actually, I mean, I guess technically I could have did this too. I mean, it's 800, so literally just 1200 attack over. So that also works. Got Necro Valley, and then I got Solum and Dogmatica, which is also very huge. Because Solum can defend against Imperms, Dogmatica could defend against this. I mean, where he thinks that he could just attack over me, and I just say no. And then I just get a free draw with the Bucephalus Garura combo. And then I get another Solum, which is amazing. So it gives me 2 get out of jail for free cards. I mean, Lightning Storm is useless, but I mean, it's just, that's what I'm saying. You always end up getting these really, like, strange draws. So now he sets 1, whatever. So now I don't go Jogans here because he can just maybe summon a monster, attack over it, and I didn't want to run that risk. So I just kept Jogan in my back pocket just in case. And then of course I get 2 Lightning Storms. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like all these repeats. Like, it's crazy how this game says, oh, it's gonna shuffle and everything's gonna be even, and I just get nonsense. I mean, Safe Zone is kind of good because now I can attack. Now I can set Jogan and set Safe Zone as just kind of like as a security blanket, which I think I end up doing. I can't recall. Oh no, I just keep attacking. Oh, okay, never mind. Here it is. I had a feeling I did that because yeah, Jogan, Safe Zone. Now I have 2 anti-special summons. I flipped Safe Zone onto Jogan, and then at least I know Jogan's, you know, protected. But then I didn't even get that far because I would have threw Jogan, flipped Safe Zone, put him into defense, but I didn't have to get there. So now I go first. So now, the toughest part with most of my draws lately, I feel like I get this so frequently and it gets on my last nerve, is that I have Dimension Shifter and I have Nader. Problem with these 2 cards and their interactions is that if I go Dimension Shifter, which you absolutely have to do, because if you go anything else, then Dimension Shifter goes dead and it's a brick. So I use Dimension Shifter, throw that into the graveyard, that covers my turn and their turn, but if you try to use Nader Servant after, it requires something to be thrown into the graveyard, which you do not have. So, this essentially becomes, one of these cards becomes dead. So this is just a really bad draw. And this happens a lot. So, you have to make a choice. In my case, I almost always go D-Shifter, because a lot of these meta decks use the graveyard, so I have to go on Faith, which is what I did right now. So now, I go Necro Valley, Barrier Statue. And this is a very weak-ass board. I mean, they can do whatever they want here. But thankfully, I don't even know. I think this was supposed to be a bird. I don't even know what this was. But what I do know is I have Nader Servant, and he maxes. And this was the funniest thing. He's a dumbass. He maxi. I mean, granted, it didn't matter anyway, but he actually uses Ash and maxied himself. That shit made me laugh so hard. That you don't do that. Usually you Ash first and then use Maxi. He did it opposite. He used Imperm on my Dogmatica. Like, this whole fight, or like this whole game was weird. Like, comedy of errors. So he stopped me from getting my Dogmatica trap, but now I still have active barrier statues. So I was like, okay, you do you. I was like, whatever works. So now, he just sets one more card and passes. So now I get 2 barriers, and I attack with all of them. So now this is like dicey because this really could be anything, but I still kind of take the leap. I'm just like, well, let me just go with the highest attacking monster, I guess correctly, and I ended the game. Because I figured worst case scenario, like I just attack into something and I take damage and then I just know, but luckily he didn't have like an Ash Blossom or something he threw into defense, so it worked out. So I go first again, I get more repeats, love those. So time tearing, I go Fossil Dyna Jogan, and then I set Solon. This is actually really good. Because now, see, haha, he tried to Forbidden Droplet my ass, and I said, no, fuck you. And I just flipped the Solon. I was like, not on my watch. Got that shit out of there. So now, I mean, he just starts doing shit. Whatever shit is. But at least I know for a fact that he can't special summon. So whatever he does, it has to be within the constraints of... Yeah, see? It's like, that really effed him. Like, the minute I flipped that Solon on his Forbidden, that was it for him. Like, he couldn't do much else. Sometimes it really just takes one card to win the game. Like, some jackass one loss gave me a Raigeki, and I was like, like, I had, like, all of my monsters set up. I had everything. I just didn't have a Solemn. He just Raigeki'd me, and I was like, unbelievable. And then that just, I mean, no matter what I did, he already beat me because he had the advantage. So, kind of a similar game like last one, except without any back row. Oh, I remember this game. Look at this bullshit. Cosmic Cyclone to get my spell away. Bullshit Sky Striker to get my other monster away, and then he just attacks this. I was like, wow. I was like, that is like, he literally had everything he needed. I was so upset. I was like, what a jerk. Like, he just had everything, and I was still able to play around it somehow. So now he used this. I think he used this just to have 3 spells in the graveyard. I was like, why did he just throw away my Fossil Dyna? It made 0 sense. So then he has all of this bullshit, but lucky for me, I had an evenly in hand. Like, that saved my life so hard. Oh my god, and that's the thing, I had time tearing. So I evenly and throw all this shit away. But I had Dogmatica, like to set up the other Dogmatica, and the great, you know, like I literally had card protection with Golgonda. So now this, so he used Heavy Storm, but it's protected. I used Dogmatica to get his last monster off the field, and I used Ashcan's Dragon. Like, actually, yeah, did I? Oh, okay. I got confused for a second. So first, I used Dogmatica, and then I threw Garura away. Then second, Golgonda, I was able to throw Ashcan, or whatever dragon that is. So it all worked out. Because now, what happens is yeah. I was going to use Ashcan's effect, or whatever dragon's effect, to get the other Ecclesia. But then he just did some weird shit, and I remember thinking, I was like, what is he trying to do here? And then he just quit, like, instantly. It was just kind of like, what is he? Oh, he's trolling, and he just quit the game. So, ultimate going first hand yet again. 2 repeat Necro Valleys, 1 Nader Servant, 1 Evenly, which is a going second card, and Dogmatica. So let's see how I play through this one. So Nadir, he goes Maxi, I go and get a draw with Garura. And I get absolutely nothing again, so I get Necro Valley, Dogmatica, end the trap, and I just have to play with this, which is absolutely sad. So he has trap tricks. So what I do is I wipe this trap tricks monster out, and then I just eliminate the field spell. I was not trying to play with this bullshit. But he ended up getting a triple tactics, which gave him nothing, thankfully, because I don't know how he can get more nothing than my nothing. So I get the other Dogmatica, set the trap, attack twice, and this is the board that I have, which is absolutely weak. But he quit. I guess he just couldn't draw into what he needed. So I got very lucky here too. I'm telling you, some of these games, I'm just like, I got bad, but it looks like they got worse. So going first, I mean, this is a bit of a better hand because I can get Fossil Diner to set up, I got Solemn, and I got Necro Valley. This is pretty ideal, because then from here, I can totally turn around and just put a Ecclesia for next turn. But I don't think it goes that far. If I remember, this game was weird. I was like, what is he playing? Oh yeah, he used Darkhold. I had to Solemn it. I was like, yeah, I'm not letting you destroy my shit. But then he still Darkhold me again. I was like, what an asshole. And then that was game. I was like, these games are just so... They were just very strange. So, let's see what else we got here. This should have me laughing. So going second, I mean, this is actually a pretty ideal going second hand. Lightning Storm's a board breaker, and then you can just kind of play off of that. So now I'm just letting him play away. The only sad part is that he has like Adamancipator, so that's gonna like play through like whatever I have. But you're gonna see how I bullshit him. This is actually kind of wild. So I use this, he uses his effect, but it didn't really matter because like after I put cards on the field, this becomes a dead card. So I just used it just to see if I can get it to go through. It didn't. But look at what I did here. So Golgonda, like I'm just gonna explain this interaction here. Golgonda protects cards, so like anything that gets destroyed either by battle or by card effect, you can just throw a random card, so it doesn't get destroyed, or from your extra deck. So now, with Fossil Dyna's effect is that if it gets flipped up, then it destroys all special summon monsters. So, this turn rolls around, he goes straight to battle, I think. Yep, he attacks me. Golgonda is live, so this card doesn't get destroyed, but all of his monsters do. Shit was crazy. I could not believe he fell right into this trap. Because, like, I literally get to flip this for free, I don't get destroyed, and now, like, I still have my, stun card on the field live. So now I get Dogmatica because of Ashcan Dragon. I get Necro Valley, I turn this face up, and he's only 1,000 attack, so I attack over him. Can't do shit else. Keep just attacking. Now, I think he does get his monster up on the field, if I remember right. But, see, now he imperms. So this was stupid of me. I'll explain. So he goes and he imperms. So I think his play is, I'm going to explain this. So he's going to go and imperm this card to make this useless. Then he was going to go and attack this card. And his goal is to just destroy this card. So then he gets rid of my stun. But Golgonda's still active. So I don't know what he was thinking there. But stupid me. I went and solemned this monster, or this imperm when I didn't really have to, because this would have still stayed live, but whatever. I mean, I just hit it. I mean, it's one less of his back row on the field. He attacks that for no reason, and I still keep all of my stuff live. Now, my next goal is to go Ecclesia to get my spell, my trap, and then just destroy his monster next turn, which I do. And that'll allow me to destroy this monster and then get like a free destruction of one of his back row cards. So he uses, well, to see, in a manner of speaking, it kind of worked out because like I got rid of one of his back row monsters, But stupid ass me, I should have put it in the middle. I don't know what I was thinking there. So a few mistakes, but at least I was still protected. That's the thing with this deck. It's very foolproof. Like, you can make mistakes, and most of the time you can play through them. So I get Moon Mirror Shield. I attack his other monsters. Now he has no monsters on the field. Now I'm sitting pretty. So yeah, a few like minor errors here, but at least overall I'm still in the driver's seat. And I'm still getting prime draws like Dimension Shifter. I'm like, what the hell is the point of this card? But I'm still, you know, like I said, I still have too many monsters and he just can't play through it. And now he quits. Yeah, I could have totally played that better. I mean, I could have played... Like, I seriously, I don't know what I was thinking with that. That was absolutely stupid. But luckily I had enough of a foundation of a board to where it didn't really matter. So now, I'm going second. This is actually a pretty awesome hand. I mean... So again, like, I put cards on the field evenly, match becomes kind of dead. So I end up throwing evenly. He uses whatever this is. Oh, see, idiot, idiot, idiot. So you're going to see this in real time. One interaction, which is absolutely stupid, is a lot of people will try to destroy your card thinking that if they destroy your card, it won't go off. It does, but then that forces them to eliminate their entire board because there are no cards on this board. So I get Jogan, I get Solem, Safe Zone, and Golgonda. So I'm super protected right now. And I honestly even put Safe Zone on Jogan because I'm not really trying to hit him for 200 every turn. So I got Dogmatica now. I attack. I flip. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. So this one, I think I read this correctly. This literally says that you target one face-up monster on the field and it cannot attack while it's face-up. So I literally stopped that because I don't think that was just a one-turn deal. That was just as long as this card is alive. So I ended up just soloing it just to get that out of the, you know, off the field. And now I still have my 1500 attack. I can flip Jogan into defense, and Safe Zone will protect it from getting destroyed. So here, I get Moon Mirror. Now I can flip it back to attack, which I'm very happy about. And that's the other thing. So he negated Safe Zone on this turn. I was like, okay, because now next turn rolls around and now it's back to normal. So a lot of weird misplays from my enemies you know, these few replays. So now I have Dogmatic and Barrier Statue attacking. So now again, I'm pretty comfortable here. And yeah, he had to quit. So now we're down to the last two games. So now I go first. Pretty amazing going first. I mean, I literally have Time Tearing, I have Necro Valley, I have Safe Zone, and I have a Barrier. This is like the best. I'm protected a lot. So now my thing is like the minute he used his effect, I just threw Safe Zone on there just to be on the safe side, because I didn't know if he was going to draw into anything like Imperm or whatever else. So I just threw this on right away. And sure enough, he tries to attack me. Thank God for Golgonda. Or actually, not even. I didn't even Golgonda. I did whatever. I mean, I didn't even Golgonda. That's fine. So now, I go ahead and get Ecclesia. I get the Trap. And then I'm just going to blast him and then blast his field spell. And now he's smoked. Now he goes, oh, this was funny. He Raigekis me, but guess what? Golgonda, bitches. Like, every time, like, this Golgonda has been the biggest savior. Because now, he was like, oh, fuck this. Like, that was just enough for him to rage quit. He's like, what? I cannot destroy. And he just fucking quit the game. So last but not least, going second, pretty awesome going second. Lightning Storm and Evenly, that's actually kind of cracked. And I also get D-Shifter, which he tried to DD Crow me, and I had to think to myself, I was like, does that work? Because the effect still goes off. Like, even though he threw me into the grid, it's not like a negate and throw away. He just threw me away. I was like, alright. Then he just continues his turn. All of his stuff still continues to go into the banish pile. I've been facing a lot of very interesting characters this time. I'm telling you, like a lot of interesting opponent players. But yeah, so he's there. I lightning storm his two monsters. I go Jogan, get protection, soul him, because I figured that on another turn I can set up to destroy the sanctuary. And right now the sanctuary isn't really bothering me. So he goes in and tries to attack me, Golgonda, Ashcan, get my Ecclesia, and then literally as I told you. Oh, I didn't even have to wait for Ecclesia. I just went straight to Nader. Oh, wait, see, okay, yeah. I went to Nader Server and he had Ghost Bell. Dogmatica still didn't matter. Threw the trap, attacked him, and now I'm sitting pretty because anything he tries to summon is going to get destroyed. Which he tries to summon, I destroy him, and then I get rid of the Sanctuary. So, sucks to suck. Now, I think my next draw... Oh, I actually get Fossil Dyna, so that's cool. So now I just attack with all of my monsters. So he does whatever that is. He attacks 2000, still got Golgonda. I literally, this really should be the replays of the Golgondas, because every time I get Golgonda, they just keep trying, and I just keep getting defended. I mean, it's crazy how many times I drew into this during this video. And then I get Necro Valley, and then he knows it's a wrap. Like, Necro Valley just shuts down Salamangrates. And that's it. So now we're sitting here at 15 level. We're going to get up to 20. I'm real excited about it because then I could finally try to make it to the next, So I got through this once before, and then like I didn't really get very far. I think I got up to like 10,000 points, and then the highest person was 60,000, which is absolutely wild. So I didn't get very far, or maybe it was 6,000 versus 1,000. I don't remember, but I just remembered it was like 6 times more than what I received, and I'm expecting the same, but I'll still give it a shot. I mean, it is pretty fun to make content for you guys, and even just to see how far Stun can get. It's such a gimmicky deck, but it's you're able to pilot it well, get the right draws, play into some of this meta. You can always see where you get. I mean, it's the chances are very good. So thank you guys for watching. This will probably be like the first in like a little mini series. Maybe I'll just record another set of trying to climb and see where I get. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.